impact of terrorism on civilization, I will request Honorable Renuka Chaudhury ji, Minister for Women and Child Development, to come on the stage, please.
Thank you very much.
I will request His Excellency Mr. Kerat Umarov, Ambassador of Kazakhstan, also to come on the stage. I will also request Mr. Subhash Chaudhury, Chairman of Non-Aligned Youth Instrument, to come on the stage. Ambassador, that we have here ambassador from Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Indonesia, Cuba, and diplomats from Germany, USA, Tajikistan, Australia, Belarus, Turkey, Malaysia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and many other countries. So now I will give floor to Mr. Subhash.
Has come under threat of terrorism, and this civilization, which universally belongs to us, we have to save it. And the civilization under threat is threat to everybody, every human being in the world. We, the country of great Emperor Ashok, who had largest part of India under him, one of the greatest king of India, before around 3,000 years ago, and the king fought only one war, and in that war he got converted, and the whole life what he was doing, he was giving the message of universal peace. We here in India want the world community to act and find a solution where the innocent people, when asked this question centuries later, why this destruction took place, where some countries, people have forgotten basic civil rules. They have thrown back into the Stone Age era. We are having this, your cooperation, I thank you very much. We will take it forward. This is where we have started. We will take it, we will make an effort. Your cooperation is with us. We will hold a preparatory meeting and then the national convention on it. But as thinking people of the world society, this is a criminal conspiracy to destroy the civilization which our forefathers with their hard work has built. Thank you very much.
Honorable Mrs. Renuka Chaudhury, Minister of Women and Child Development, dear Mr. Subhash Chaudhury, Chairman, Non-Aligned Students and Youth Movements, my friend Mr. Mohammed Yunus Siddiqui, Secretary General Nassim, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great privilege for me to address this August gathering. Today's seminar is both timely and extremely relevant. Therefore, I would like to commend the organizers for rightly choosing the topic of the seminar, because terrorism today is the menace to all of us without exception, and we should stand united in the face of it. We all were deeply shocked and appalled by Mumbai attacks. Immediately after this savage acts, leaders of Kazakhstan strongly condemned the crimes and conveyed their condolences to the...
Request Honorable Minister Srimati Renuka Chaudhury to put forth her views on danger civilization faces from terrorism.
Your Excellency Khairat Umrao, Sri Subhash Chaudhury, Mr. Siddiqui, Your Excellencies here and friends who are in the audience. I would also like to start on a congratulatory note where I congratulate this organization which has thought it right to raise the voice of a civil society on an issue that we are all collectively seized by. The impact of terrorism on civilization is something that none of us can avoid. And as rightly been pointed out, there have been great dangers of associating terrorism with a particular religion or community. His Excellency pointed out correctly, the Ambassador of Kazakhstan, that Islam is perhaps the only religion in the world which teaches you through religion that you will serve the nation that you live in, that you will keep the allegiance to that nation. And hence anyone who violates the basic tenets of Islam surely cannot belong to that religion. Surely they cannot. It is a sad day that India...
Salman Bhai has a distinction of being youngest advisor to our beloved late Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi. And he had the distinction of being a very known... I think what we need to think of is, in our civilization, what is the shape of the table? There is something wrong with the shape of the table that people, young people, are switching to the methods of violence. And we, particularly in our country, we've had traditional forms of violence that we have fought for the last 50 years or more, and we have new kinds of violence. There was a violence that came from hunger. There's a violence that came from thirst. There's a violence that came from being disadvantaged, being marginalized. And there's a violence that now is coming from an intellectual disquiet that somebody feels. They have laptops, they have money, they have income, they have homes, they have comfort, they have everything that you can think of, and yet they go towards violence. There is something terribly wrong with the shape of the table. Now, of course, there may be something wrong with the individual who comes to the table or refuses to come to the table, but if there is, we'll have to address that as well, and that also will have to be done from the shape of the table. So I